All right. Hood for the train wreck.
Let's go for this train wreck. Train wreck here.
I wish we could get through this quickly, but it's not going to happen like that. Okay, so the opening, we see the girls gathered in, I don't know whose apartment it was, but the girls are gathered.
Oh, the girls were in, the men was in, there was a Christian and Mitch's apartment.
Okay, and the guys were in Stasha and Nate's apartment.
And Nate's apartment.
And so we see Morgan come in with all the ladies, and they're like, you know, what's going on, Morgan? She says, you know, I had a feeling, and I was talking to Alexis, I had a feeling that Ben was lying. I just had, you know, my intuition said whatever. And they were like, so what actually, you know, is going on? And she was like, you know, what the situation on the honeymoon, you know. She just explains, let me say, I'm just cut to the chase. She explains to them in her kind of way how she felt like he did her wrong, and you lied on me. I knew it was something. I found out he was lying and backstabbing and blah, blah, blah. And he probably down there talking to the guys about it now. And so they get the bright idea to go downstairs and basically bust in on the guys.
But all the women were sitting there looking at her like, okay.
But they was looking at her like, oh, girl, for real? You know. And I was like, y'all some suckers.
And Alexa sat there quiet. Said nothing.
Like first time she heard it.
First time she heard it. That's when she opened her mouth and say, you know, this is what happened. Well, I know it's Morgan's story, but she should have been like, well, girl, that's not kind of what it is.
And so Ben is down there talking to the guys, and he says, you know, I've been talking to Justin, and, you know, I lied to her. You know, I try to talk to her, but I feel like I can't get a word in. She's so strong.
Oh, you can't get a word in.
She's so strong. I feel like we have conversations. It's like a ticking time bomb. And, you know, she's not forgiving, so I try to watch what I say. And Mitch was like, why are you not able to talk to your friends? That's not normal. Why would you not be able to talk to your friends? And Justin's like, bro, it's not like you cheated on her.
Right. And it's not like you told big secrets anyway. It's not like you said,
I'm
by the way,
that she's talking about the situation.
It's not like, oh, you said, oh, she's stealing money from work. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm talking about how I feel about the situation. What she shared with me, I don't know how I feel about this. Why can't I do that? And
I think we said it was the same thing. Like, you're talking to the girls now about your situation. And so it's okay for me to have this conversation. I can't even have this conversation in group settings.
So it basically goes to what we said last time. She don't want him talking because they will see her for who she really is. She's trying to maintain an image. Mm-hmm. Because, like we said, I don't believe this ain't the first time she talked to the girls. So why can you talk to somebody, but he can't? It's because you can't portray your own image to these women. And that's why they was on your side. Let's go down there and talk to them. Let's go down there to my apartment.
Until they got...
And they bust in there until... They bubble bust, okay? But side note, when Justin was talking, it sounded like he kept calling her Margot, which was funny to me. And my husband was like, that's his accent. I was like, no, even with a real country accent, it don't sound like Margot. It sounds like Margot. And he was like, I don't think she was ready to be married. And she looking for an excuse to get out. It's all about her. And ding, 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 you're right, Justin.
Yeah.
And so Morgan's in there, you know, she says, you know, on a honeymoon, I took you out after you backstabbed me.
Took you back?
I took you back? What? Anyway, I'm going to be honest with you.
We paused for a long time.
I wanted to stop watching because of this foolishness. I really did. I was like, I can't. I feel stuff welling up on the inside of that. I felt myself about to yell at the TV, and she can't hear me. And I wanted to yell some things that wasn't so nice. And I was like, I don't, she's making me mad. I hate people who are delusional. She came across delusional to me and very not self-aware at all. Yeah, and that was the running theme even when Dr. Pepper, this episode pissed me off so bad when it came to Ben and Morgan. But anyway.
No, but Dr. Pepper didn't hold her accountable.
She says, you know, that was huge that I took you back. I don't do that. And to find out you're still doing it after all that. She says it's all about you, Ben, trying to save face and validate yourself. And, you know, you're giving different versions of yourself. And she tells the girls, you know, that's where we're separated and I moved out. And Stasha was like, well, how does he feel about it? And she was like, I don't know. He ain't reached out. Joke, I wouldn't reach out to you.
But again, she's telling all her business that he ain't supposed to tell. Right? You're telling all your business in the group to the same people that you told him not to talk to.
But you're also, again, you talk about you giving different versions of yourself. You're not going to say he ain't reached out to you because I was mean as fire.
You didn't tell him that you threw the flowers down. You didn't tell him that you told him that you're going to nag him, frustrate him, make his life living heck and miserable. I wouldn't reach out to you neither.
Because you're mean.
Who would reach out to somebody like that? If you tell me that I'm going to destroy your life, I'm just going to be around every day picking on you, making you mad, I wouldn't let you back in the apartment. I'd be a Miguel. I'll lock the door. What's it, Miguel? What's the dude's name? Jose. I'll be a Jose, and I'll lock you out the apartment. Bump that.
Ben says they have to talk to Dr. Pepper tomorrow, and Mitch is like, you think if Dr. Pepper says, talks to her or whatever, that she'll be like, I'm tripping, and Morgan will see that, and Morgan sees that, she's been not doing the best, will you give her some grace? And Ben's like, I like to, I do these 8 weeks and make a decision, and if she's gonna work on it, I like to do that.
Why was he still Ben, bro?
Because
don't be the whipping boy, and you still want to give her 8 weeks. She told you, and she showed you who she is. Let it ride, bro. He need to pull a Chris and call it quits. She
said he's still lying, like I said, and that's when the ladies come down there and bust in on the guys. Ben said he said, I feel like sugar honey iced tea. He said, I ain't been able to sleep. He said, bro said he done lost 7 pounds. She is stressing this man out.
And he gone to therapy. All in a matter of days, bro losing 7 pounds and went to therapy.
She is stressing
I
this
love you,
man.
I love you, but I ain't gonna be the point where I ain't eating.
She is stressing this man the heck out. He a people pleaser.
He is.
And so it's bothering him that he can't please her. She can't be pleased, bruh. She can't be. But anyway, Morgan says he broke her trust on when all of them come together again. He broke her trust on the honeymoon. He talked about how, he's really big on lying. He doesn't want to start the relationship on lies. And then you sat there and that's what you did. You lied. They was like, what's the big lie? That's the big lie? He was venting to Justin, but saying that he wasn't. All he had to do was say, I had a really bad day. I was talking to Justin, and here's what I said. Bro, I'm not going to give nobody no play-by-play of a conversation I had. That is unrealistic. He should not have to say, I want you to know I talked to Justin, and I said this, and I said that, and I said this, and I said that, and then he said this, and he said that.
I don't want y'all to think we agree with. Now, Ben is wrong. I'm going to clarify this in the video so you guys understand. Ben is wrong because she asked him not to talk to Justin, and he said he wouldn't talk to Justin. He gave her his word.
And he said he hasn't been.
And he hasn't been. So he is definitely wrong, right? And wrong in it. However, the man should be able to vent to who he wants to vent to, and she shouldn't be able to try to control that.
He was scared. She had the man scared to tell. He didn't lie to lie. He lied because he was scared what she might do.
And what she's doing now, though. But again, she told him not to lie to me. I don't like anybody lying. And so he shouldn't have lied. So he is wrong in that aspect of lying to his spouse. I'm sorry. That is, but the way she's treating it and carrying it is too much.
And this the bull crap right here. She said, I would have handled it better if he had said it like that. But he hasn't given me any apology for hurting me or lying.
Yeah,
now, that's a goddamn lie.
That's a lie. She lying.
He said, I've apologized to everybody. The last scene, he apologized to her. I'm sorry. I apologize. He has apologized up, down, around, upside down, you turning me, all of that.
Inside out. If he gets to...
Stop. She lied. You liar.
If they get to Kevin Frazier, and Kevin Frazier does not rip them or ask them to go and hold her accountable, I might be done with this season. Because Dr. Pepper didn't hold her accountable. I hope next week, it seems as if Dr. What's her name? What's the lady's name? Pia holds her accountable next week. For being, because she's vindictive. Because she is very vindictive. It seems like she holds her
I don't know. Production be...
that's why I said hope. I hope. That's what
she's talking to her.
That she's talking to her.
Yeah.
I hope. Because I guess it's different cultures. Because Dr. Pepper pacified her and was kind of nice to her. I wouldn't have been as nice to her because I would have called her out on her carpet and called both of them out for being immature and not listening to each other's spouse. Her for not accepting his apologies. Him for not following the instruction or the commitment that he made to his wife.
Okay.
Because he made a commitment. He said, I'm not going to do it. So again, when you say you're not going to do something, you're giving somebody your word. He gave her his word. And now, he should be able to, but he gave her his word. So, when you give her the word, he should have honored his word and not talked to Justin. Might have talked to Miguel. Should have went talk to Nate. He should have went talk to Mitch. Just not to Justin. Because he said, I'm not going to talk to Justin about the issues anymore.
Miguel said, so the thing is, you felt like it was an overall lack of accountability. And she was like, yes. And he was like, Ben, how do you feel about it? You think that's fair? And he was like, yeah, I think that's fair. And Nate was like, I understand all that. But what's up with the hostility? Like he said, I'm sitting here with Ben. His temperament hasn't changed. He's cool, calm, and collected all the time. And I see you in here pissed off. You pissed off all the time. Like everything he does is wrong. He can't do nothing right for you. What do you expect from him? And in his vignette, Nate was like,
she ain't buck on Nate. She ain't raised her voice on Nate. She ain't combating against Nate.
It's because Ben is soft, and we all know that bullies pick on the ones they think they can.
They smell fear. She smelled fear with Ben, and she kept going after it.
And Nate says in his vignette, Ben needs to speak up for himself. He needs to voice his opinion and not let Morgan overpower the conversation.
Yep.
And Nate goes on in the group setting and says, this is an abnormal experience that no one else is having. And, since this is why he can't talk in, she was like, yeah, so since this is an abnormal experience, I needed him to be on my side. I needed him to have my back. Of anybody that should have my back, he should have had my back. And he did. And he didn't do that at all. That's when the betrayal came in.
I don't understand. How are you supposed to have your back? By not venting? He's frustrated. He's upset. He's tired. He messed up by the fact assuming and not knowing what a BSN is and not knowing that you can be a nurse and not have your bachelor's degree. I understand that. That's fine and dandy. And you mad about that? You should have never lied on your application. Well, it's simple. You try to be mad at him because he says you lied. Guess what? You lied. Don't get mad because he said you lied, because you lied. That's what it boils down to. She lied, and now she mad at him because he lied.
But what is the betrayal? To me, it's not betrayal. It's not betrayal when I ask you not to talk to somebody. You tell me I'm not talking to somebody, but yet you are. That's not betrayal to me.
That's not betrayal.
It's the betrayal that, again, he's telling people about your true colors, and you don't know he's telling them about your true colors. That's the betrayal. So you're letting the real me, you're letting them know about the real me, and I feel betrayed because I asked you basically not to tell them that. Anyway, Ben said, I took responsibility for lying behind your back and to your face, and I came into this naive. I thought I could handle the differences, i.e. a strong personality, different cultural backgrounds. He was like, I said, that'd be easy. When I did the app, that's easy. And he was like, and it wasn't. I realized it's not easy. I realized I got past trauma that I have to deal with. And, I'm getting in counseling for that. And, I just want to make you happy.
That's a problem.
I'm trying.
I don't like that statement. No, Ben, you're going to try to make Ben happy. Don't try to make her happy. Make you happy. Because she's not going to be happy. You can't make somebody else happy.
And that's why he said he signed up for therapy like you mentioned before. Okay, so fast forward. We see Dr. Pepper come to talk to them. She says, I'm up to date on what's going on with y'all. I just want to be helpful. Matter of fact, Morgan had moved out the apartment. So we see her come in. And when she came in, it was very awkward. Tense. And I'm so glad Dr. Pepper came when she did.
Tense.
They was just sitting there. And so she says, I hope that they can show compassion and forgiveness to each other. And so she asked Ben, what happened? He said, I actually had certain expectations. I was over judgmental. I was insensitive. I struggled at first with talking to her. Ding, ding, ding. I was scared to converse with her. And so I went behind her back and I lied to her face. It was less stressful to talk to Justin than it was to try to figure out her moods and talk to her. I don't know you. I don't know if I can talk to you. Just like I said for her. You don't know him to be trusting him to keep your secrets. Then y'all don't know each other. And so he was like, from what I see, she seems rough and stuff, rocking her Afro puffs.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
and I don't know how to deal with her because I'm not used to dealing with that kind of person. And so it was easier for me to talk to somebody I could relate to better.
Yeah.
And I felt more comfortable talking to Justin. And Dr. Pepper says, but I see you was completely overwhelmed. But the thing is, maybe you're not used to a relationship where there's a team where the man and the woman, the husband and the wife deal kind of equally. And so you didn't know how to relate to that. And so you didn't include her. But I'm not, because she's mean. Anyway.
I'm a nice person. I felt like she
said, then she said, I'm not letting Morgan completely off the hook. But the rest of what we showed, you let Morgan off the hook.
I let her off the hook.
For the rest of what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And so she asked Morgan, what about you? You know, and Morgan says, I think back and I think, you know, could I have made a softer space and a safer place and use softer tones to make him feel more comfortable? But it's hard to let someone in. From the jump.
Foul on play.
From the jump, you weren't soft or safe for him. You dwelling on after he messed up. But what he's saying is, from the jump, I didn't know how to deal with you. So she goes to, why it's hard to let somebody in when they broke my trust, but I let him back in, and I let the walls down, and I was opening up more. And this is what you do with your clean slate. I was like, oh my God.
She gave my man no grace. You get no grace from Morgan. Morgan does not give any grace. Morgan does not say any grace. Morgan does not know what grace is. Morgan wants all the favor for her, and Morgan wants to be the victim.
Dr. Pepper says, Ben, can you understand how important trust is to her and working things out with the person you pledged your life to? Morgan, do you understand how important it is to work through things with the person you pledged your life to? That wasn't just for Ben. That was for Morgan, too.
Do you understand what forgiveness is? Accountability.
The activity we have planned for y'all, we think will really help you. We're going to get you to write letters to your younger self, and hopefully this will give you more insight. You know, I really do not like when they give these people activity and they don't do it. I feel like that should, right then and there, they should stop and say, because what we saw later is Morgan comes in all hard and stiff, you know, and gruff. We ready to read these letters. And she was like, what, do you want to go first? And he was like, yeah. And so he shares, you know, about telling his younger self, you know, you're loved. Even when you question it, yeah, you grew up in a strict environment, more about grades and accolades, but you got to learn to love who you are and love the moments in your life. And he just really is talking to his younger self. And she asked him if you want to go first.
She did.
As if she was going to do something, because after he finishes, she says, oh, I don't feel comfortable reading my letter. If you wrote a letter.
She comes in with this ball up in her hand like this. She had paper in her hand, balled up.
That don't mean nothing was on it. I don't feel comfortable reading my letter to you. Every time I open up to you, it's been used against me, and you shared it with someone else, and I don't want to share anything else personal with you. And then she leaves.
She leaves.
Unfreaking believable. Production should stop right there. No. Nope. You can't do that. You have to do what it is.
You know they can't make him do it, because we've seen.
I can. Yes, I can. And that's the problem. Yes, they did it with Chris. That's why I'm saying you should make some of these things non-negotiable. Just like we said, it shouldn't be an option for you not to move in the apartment. Right. It shouldn't be an option for you not to meet with family. True. It's things that should not be an option. Put it in the contract. If you don't do XYZ, you will not get no freaking paycheck, and we're taking you off the show. Period. She irked me.
She doesn't feel like it's a safe space. Which if you didn't feel like that, why did you come?
But you let him.
He pours his heart out. Every time he pulls his heart out. And when he pours his heart out,
you don't think it's not a safe space for him?
And she stabs it.
It's not a safe space for him neither.
She stabbed him in the heart every time.
The whole point was for them to be vulnerable and give each other insight.
Yeah.
Throw the whole Morgan away.
You alright?
No.
I know you're not. That's why we saved it for last. I told y'all, if y'all watched that whole video, right, from the beginning to the end, I told you we needed to save this till the end, because if we would have started this in the beginning, the rest of the reviews, the rest of the couples wouldn't have got justice.
I don't like I know. I do not like people like that. And she keeps putting it on him. It's you. It's you. You are the problem. You're the problem.
85%, 95% of it, yes. This part of it's him.
You're the problem.
Part of it is him.
Part of it, but it's minuscule next to her.
Yes, it is.
But bye, y'all.
Wusa moment. You want to hold hands?
No, he's trying to hold my hand.
You sure you want to hold hands?
No, thank
I'll
you.
comfort you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, so you miss any of our reviews. Make sure you join us for our membership. Once again, thank you for joining us. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you thought of Morgan and Ben and all the other relationships and the background stories of some of the couples. Once again, thanks.
I just want to know what you mad as I am.
Yeah, were
Morgan.
you as hot as Jackie was?
I was hot as fish grease.
Let us know. You know, fish grease get hot, but let us know. let us know in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you guys a little bit later. Jackie, you all right?
Bye.
You want something to drink? You good? You good?
I want something to drink. I ain't gonna be
Want
getting
some
no alcohol.
Want some water? Want a Slurpee? Want a Slurpee? And we talk to you later. Bye.